Hi, everybody. It's Mrs. King. It's a new week. It's Monday, December 7th. Hope you had a great weekend. We are going to start our day with our first read aloud, and we have been talking a lot about making connections. And that just simply means when you read a story, how can you make meaning out of it? What does it remind you of? We've talked about text to self connections, which is when a story that you read reminds you of something that happened to you. That's probably the most common, I would think. Text to text connections, which means a book that you read reminds you of another book. And then a text to world connections, which means that you can think about a story and it reminds you or you can relate to it with something going on in our world right now. And so I found a book that I think we can all relate to in some way, and it's called The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. And it won a Caldecott Award many years ago. And as I read this, see how you can make a connection in your life. The Snowy Day. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out like this. He walked with his toes pointing in like that. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks, and he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. It was a stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. There it is. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew he wasn't old enough. Not yet. So he made a smiling snowman, and he made angels. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big, tall, heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way down. He picked up a handful of snow and another and still another. He packed it round and firm and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. I wonder what might have happened. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet clothes. And he thought and thought and thought about them. Before he got into bed, he looked into his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all of the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together in the deep, deep snow. And that's the end. Since we got our first snow this last week, it kind of made me want to choose this book because I think it's something we can all relate to, even though we didn't get a whole lot of snow. I know have been other winters where we have. And this book, I can make a text to self-connection um, based on something that happened to me when I was a little girl. I remember going sledding with my parents and my siblings and my friends down a huge hill. We would go there every winter and take our sleds and enjoy sledding together in the afternoon and then coming home and having a nice warm bath and hot chocolate. And it kind of reminded me of this page when the boy Peter is sliding all the way down the hill. That memory popped into my head. So hopefully you can make a text to self connection in some way with this book as well. And we'll check in tomorrow with another Making Connections book. Have a great day.